Hey, what is up, team? Brandon here from Go Headquarters, bringing you a actually live slider workout for the lower body. So we're going to get you guys going right into the action here once you've got your equipment. So you've got a couple options. I have just some furniture sliders here that I'm going to be using for this workout. If you don't have a pair of sliders at home, you've got a couple options depending on your flooring. So if you are on like a carpeted floor, like a rug of some kind, you might want to use some paper plates. Those have good history of sliding well. If you are on a hard, smooth surface, so tile, laminate, that sort of thing, hardwood, you can fold up some towels or a towel, some like hand towels, and they will slide really well underneath your feet for these movements there. So you've got a couple options at home. So we are going to kick things off with 3 rounds of 10 reps per leg of a reverse lunge. So I'm putting my toe right in the center of this thing. I'm going to get a nice grounded foot here on my left leg, good posture of course, and then I'm going to descend into basically a straight back leg lunge and then drive back up. So I'm going to do 10 of these on this leg, and I'm actually doing this whole workout right now with you guys, so I'm not just going to coach it and then cut you loose. I'm actually going to go through this entire workout. So I'm working my left leg, keeping that foot stable. My back leg is staying relatively straight. That lets me get a bit lower than normal than if my knee were hitting. So I think that's 10. I'm going to go ahead and switch legs. So go from the side view here. So if I was doing a normal lunge, my knee would hit, that would stop my depth right here. But because my back leg is straight, it allows me to sink a bit lower. So this is actually a tougher lunge because we are traveling further. Now, if you wanted to step it up a notch, of course, you could carry some dumbbells, wear a weight vest, that sort of craziness. I am not ready for that today, so I'm just body weighting this thing. So there's 10 on that leg. Let's switch back. So I'm just gonna power through these guys. Pretty steady motion here. I don't want to take too long on this whole workout. I just want to keep moving and really fry my legs, although this is already burning. So I'm maybe in some trouble here. That's all right. Power through this thing. 7, 8. So I'm thinking about keeping my weight on this forward leg. I don't want to shift my weight to the back leg. You can probably see from the side view, if I was to shift my weight back here, I would end up getting stuck in the splits, not being able to get back up. So my alignment should still be over this forward leg as if I'm in the bottom of a squat or a regular lunge. So that back leg is kind of taking care of itself. I think that's 8, 9, and 10. All right, so that's 2 rounds. That is starting to burn pretty good. We could always pause, do some quad stretches, or just take a break, of course. But again, I'm going to do my best to keep moving through this workout. So I am on my 3rd and final round of reverse lunges on a slider, or a paper plate, or a folded up towel, or maybe your floor is so smooth you can just go risky business style and wear some socks. How many is that? 9? Okay, 10. Hopefully that was at least 10. I don't want to shave any reps, right? So again, my toe is just in the center of the slider. My working leg is the one that's out in front of me. The leg on the slider is staying pretty straight. Working on some sort of postural awareness. So chest up. Usually my eyes are just kind of a neutral gaze forward. How many is that? Dang it, 10. It's hard to talk and count. Okay, cool. So that is 3 rounds of your reverse lunge. Let's go into a side lunge. This would be a good progression for learning Cossack squats if you're familiar with a Cossack squat. So now I've got my whole foot flat on the slider. I'm not just on my toe. And I'm going to try to keep that leg or that foot flat to the surface of that. So I'm going to get that leg straight and kind of initiate it going out to the side. This leg, however, is my squatting leg. So I'm going to squat on my left, and I'm basically going to do the splits with my right leg. So just like the reverse lunge, this leg is passive. Now I'm working it hard enough to keep it straight so that it doesn't bend, but it is definitely not ascending me. It is just getting a stretch through the groin, through the hamstring a bit. So this is my working leg. So my quad, my glute. Hopefully I have a stable foot and stable ankle. Some resemblance of keeping my chest up. My arms tend to go out in front of me for counterbalance here, so that's normal. If this is kicking your ass, what I'd maybe recommend is hanging on to something for balance. So can we hang on to a countertop? Can we hang on to, the threshold of a doorway? Something like that. And that will give you a little balance, plus a little like pull assist to drive back up out of this. So I think that's 3. So again, guys, we're gonna do 3 rounds of 10 each leg on the first set here. I think that's 5. My legs are burning, and I have not been working my mobility, especially not in this direction. So I feel like I'm struggling a little bit with my straight leg. I feel like I should have better adductor mobility than that. That was either 8 or 9. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna call that 10 if I shaved her up, I'm sorry. Not intentional, just because I'm talking. Okay, so 1 round down. Let's start round 2. So boom, maybe turn to the side. I don't know if that view helps anybody, maybe see what's going on. So again, trying to keep my chest up, trying to go as low as I can. Mobility is a limiter on this move, certainly. 7, 8. I'm thinking strong left leg here. Let that right leg take the stretch. Strong left leg though to press up. Cool, switch legs. So on the back half of set 2 here. Strong right leg now. Try to keep my knee tracking in line with where my toe is pointing. Hopefully that knee is not caving in. That way my abductors and glutes are firing to control that alignment. That should always be there. I think that's 8. Goodness, I can't count today. Normally I'm not talking this much while I'm counting. And I'm gonna call that 10. I need a quick little breather, so we maybe walk that off. If you guys are struggling and I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video and then pick back up when you're ready. I don't think there's a fast forward option. I know some of you guys think I'm moving too slow. Okay, so top of the 3rd, yeah? So 1 more round, 10 per leg. Hike the shorts up for good measure, fellas. I know you guys like those long shorts. I don't know how you do it. Boom, 2, hips back and down. A nice stable, slow, steady descent. I'm definitely not crashing down. Don't want to pull a groin muscle here. That would ruin your weekend. 6, I think. Come on down. 7. Boom, strong left leg drives me up. 8. Ooh, I'm sweating at this point. 9. I think this is 10. Good, good, good. A little leg fatigue. All right, all right. Keep breathing, guys, keep breathing. Come on, you got this. All right, get set, get where your weight wants to be, and then go for it. 2, 3, boom, keep that chest up nice and tall. 4, strong right leg. 5, single leg work will kick your behind. 7, driving up. 8, come on, drive it up. 9, let's go, 1 more. And 10, woo! That was no joke. I haven't done that stuff in a while. Not that many in a row without a break. I blame you guys for that. Next up, so we're through 2 moves. We've kind of got 2 more brackets to go. But this next move is a single leg move. So again, we're just gonna stay on this for 3 rounds of 10 each leg. This will be faster though. So we're gonna set up just like our first move, the reverse lunge. So the ball of my foot and the toe is right in the center of my slider, where it's on your towel or whatever. So it's not gonna slip off the edge. So I'm gonna set up, in this case, with my left leg grounded, and I'm gonna go back into that lunge position we started with. So good posture. I'm gonna come on down. Now I'm gonna hold. Now from here, I'm gonna hold fast with this leg, and I'm just gonna pulse this back leg. So I'm gonna bring it in, push it back out. Tuck that in, extend it back out. So I'm gonna do 10 of these. So here's 6. I'm doing my little runner arm gait. There's 8, there's 9, and there's 10. And now I'll stand, shake that out, and switch legs. So we're just pulsing that leg while we're holding that static lunge. So it's a pretty good amount of work just to hold the position. All right, so switching legs. Take a breath. Let's come on down. Get set. I'm nice and low. And then let's pulse 10 times. So there's 1, there's 2. So I'm trying to just stay real still with this leg. There's 4. And I'm not trying to race through these because it burns and it's hard to do. I want time under tension, right? We want to make things hard as much as this is burning. Is that 9 or 10? I think I've got, that's maybe an extra. You're welcome. Oh man. Woo. That burns like a son of a gun. I ain't gonna lie. So again, we could take a little stretch break, walk it off, get some water, and repeat. So that was 1 round, guys. We need to do 2 more rounds of 10 per leg. So resisting the temptation to speed up. So descending down, start to pulse. I like my little arm action here for like counterbalance and rhythm. Helps a bit with the coordination in my opinion. Same as it would be for running, right? So when my right leg is back, my right arm is forward, kind of in opposition. And I hope that was 10. Goodness gracious, my quads are smoked. Are you guys suffering as much as I am right now? I don't know how long we've been going, but I think it's burn 30. All right, left foot on the slider, right foot on the ground. Let's come on down and fire away 10 reps. 2, keep that good posture. Front foot is stable, flat heel. Try to stay low. It's tempting to creep up. It's tempting to go fast. I think that was 10. Oh goodness. Woo! 2 down, 1 round to go per leg. Struggle bus, and it is my stop. Holy moly. We're good. 1 more round of 10. Having some fun. Did I switch legs? I'm losing all sorts of track here. Let's go for it. There's 1, there's 2, staying low. Stay heavy on that front leg. So I'm working my left leg here. Right leg can stay as light as it needs to get the motion. 7, chest up. 8, I think. 9, get that 10th. And stand. Breathe. Come on now. All right, only 1 leg to go. And then we can give these quads a little time off. All right, let's see if we can make this last one. Left foot on the slider, right foot on the floor. Get your posture, take a final breath. Come on down and start your reps. There's 1, 2, 3. Super tempting to just go fast and get these done, but I'm not. Trying to stay steady, time under tension, deal with that lactic acid burn. I think I'm at 10 and rise, and I'm pumped that that is behind me. Heart rate's up a bit. Quads are burning something fierce. Cool. Okay guys, so quads for the most part are behind us. We're gonna use them in mountain climbers a bit later, but that is nothing compared to what we just did. So now we need both sliders or 2 towels or 2 paper plates, whatever you guys are working with at home. So whatever you use for those, if it worked well for that, just double down on that for the other leg. Pardon my water. Okay, next up, adductors. This is basically your groin muscles here, guys. So we've got to squeeze our legs together like this in a really controlled fashion. Now, warning here. I've been coaching this for many years. The most common fault is people go too wide, first of all, and then they can't make it in properly. So there are a bunch of faults to this, so I do want to go over this. So my entire foot is on the slider. I do not have like anything that could brush on the ground. You don't want any additional friction on this. You want just the sliders or whatever you've got in contact with the floor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate my feet just a bit here. Now I'm gonna imagine there's a straight line going down from my spine, and that is center right between my feet, right? I wanna keep my body centered above that line, and I wanna move my legs in together to meet in the middle, squeeze until they touch. and then we just reset back out. So I don't care how you spread your feet apart, but all that matters is how we come together. So that was one. I'm gonna apply steady pressure until they both kind of move and they're at the same rate. That's two. So here's what I don't want, is something like this, right? Where I'm shifting my weight to one leg and then the other leg can move freely. We've got to stay still and just squeeze until we can get them to move. And we're gonna feel those groin muscles, those adductors pull really, really hard to get this done. Now, if you've got really strong inner thighs, you're just gonna go wider, okay? Things that are gonna affect that, I think I'm at 7 or 8 here, are the friction that you're on, right? What kind of flooring are you dealing with? I'm on a rubber floor here at the gym, pretty high friction. Okay, I'm calling that 10. Pretty high friction, so I'm not able to go wide. Now, if I took my sliders on some carpet, I'd be getting significantly wider, okay? So how wide you go is relative to the surface and of course your strength. Next up, leg curls or hamstring curls. So we're taking it to the floor. So now I've got my heels and my heels only in the center of my slider. And then I'm just gonna lay down on my back. So I'd recommend putting your hands down here by your butt, not under your butt, just beside it. Then we're gonna bridge up, so my butt's off the ground. I'm already feeling my glutes and my hamstrings just a tad to elevate me. Now I'm gonna send my hips up as I drag my heels in. So notice that my hips elevate while my feet get closer. So they're not doing this. See how my hips are staying low now? We're trying our best to elevate as we drag our heels in. Now, easier said than done. A lot of you won't be able to do that, and so therefore doing this is fine. But do keep your butt off of the ground regardless of which style you're going. Okay, I'm gonna do one more of these. So hips up as the heels come in and extend back out, but leave the butt off the ground. And we are feeling that all on our backside. So definitely hamstrings, glutes, low back. If you need to stretch after that, we could just pull a leg up one at a time to try to open up that hamstring, and that should feel good to relieve that. So our third move in this rotation, and again guys, we're on our last bracket here, so hang tough, is mountain climbers. We're gonna do 30 per leg or 60 total. So I've got my toes on the slider, my shoulders are above my wrists, I'm in a nice flat plank I hope, and then I'm gonna bring one knee forward, that's my starting position, and now I'm just gonna shuffle my legs, so that's 2, and I'm gonna do this until I hit 30. So I'm just counting when my right leg comes forward. That way I only have to count to 30 instead of 60. And I'm definitely gonna pick up this pace. I was just going slow to demonstrate. So I think I'm at 10, 11, 12. So I'm trying to stay heavy on my hands. Keep my core tight so my plank's not shifting up and down. We don't want things like this. See how my hips are moving like crazy? I'm gonna try to keep that real quiet. All right, 26 or so. And I'm gonna call that 30. Don't quote me on that number. Cool, so that's one round. We've got 2 rounds to go. So again, 10 adductors, 10 leg curls, and then 30 per leg mountain climbers. So full foot on the slider, start real small, stay centered, squeeze the inner thigh, try to get those moving to meet in the middle. And if you're not able to do it, start smaller. So it's okay if this is like a little tiny baby move, as long as we're getting recruitment from the muscles that we're after, then so be it. 7, I think, 8, squeeze, 9, and it's slow, it's not fast. 10, awesome, back to the floor. Hamstring curls. I am sweating bullets in here with the AC off. So heels only. Laying down on your back, hands by your side. If you want to make this harder too, you can actually take your hands off the ground or just do elbows. So when our hands are here, it actually assists us just a little bit. So if you feel your triceps, that's why, because they're trying to help. So bridge up, get started. Hips up, drag the heels in for 10. Cool, there's 2. Squeeze those hamstrings. We want to feel that on the back of the thigh. That's our target. 4. Nice and steady. Don't rifle them in. Don't just shoot them in, guys, and then bridge up. Try to drag them in. Again, we're trying to deal with friction. We want resistance. We want time under tension. That's the way our muscles respond. One more, hips up. Boom, 10. Feel those hamstrings pulling pretty darn hard there. That is a tough move, especially if you guys are on a slicker surface too. You can slow down to make it harder. So again, I've got pretty high friction here, so it's really tempting to just rifle them in to get it over with. Mountain climbers, toes on the sliders, in your push-up plank position, shoulders above wrists. Let's go 30 per leg. So I'm doing about a rep per leg per second here. So in my opinion, this should be about a 30-second set if it's unbroken. I think that's 18. I'm calling that 20, 2, 4, 26, 28, 9, 30. Boom. 2 rounds down. I'm going to shake that out for just a moment before we start our third and final round of the workout. So we literally have one more round of those moves, and this lower body slider session is over. Pardon my water. All right, let's see what we can come up with. So, full foot on the slider. Center your weight. Get a little distance between your feet. And then squeeze nice and slow. Just going wide enough where you can stick to the rules. If you have to shift your weight or you're being forced to jump, you're going too wide. You need to back off on your initial starting point. And that's okay. Technique. I think that was 8. Squeeze. 9. That's getting tough. Floor's getting wet from me dripping sweat. Yeah. 10. Okay, good. 1 move down, 2 moves to go. We are back on our hamstring curl. So I'll show one little hybrid here that I haven't covered yet on this. Same setup, heels on the sliders. Supine position, that means laying down on your back. So bridging up. So ideally we have hips up as we bring our heels in, right? So I'm doing 10 of these, there's 2. But if we're not strong enough for that, we might do this. We might bring our heels in while our butt is low, right? So that's okay, but here's the hybrid. So let's say you drag your heels in while your butt is low. You could then press up to extend out. So it would be in, hips up, heels out. In, hips up, heels out. And that's gonna kind of bridge the gap between those 2 styles, but you should feel that heavily on your hamstring still. So I'm gonna do about 3 more of these the proper way. Hips up, come on. 1 more, and on a good one, squeeze and deload. Awesome. Little hamstring stretch. So pulling that leg straight up. If you can't reach your calf, no big deal. Just pull on the hamstring area. Don't worry about what you're holding on to here, as long as you're getting those muscles to go open. So we need to extend that knee joint. So big finale, guys. We are home after this. I know I've got mountain climbers all day. This other stuff was really hard though for me. All right, so final set, 30 per leg. Here we go. 1, 2. Again, I'm in a nice flat plank. My hips are staying nice and still. They aren't bouncing up and down. I'm trying to extend my leg pretty far behind me. I'm not just doing short little mini guys. You know, really bring your knee forward to touch your arms. Really extend your leg back behind you. Get a lot of range of motion. Find a way to breathe while you're holding your plank. I don't know where I'm at, 28, 29, 30-ish. Hell yeah. Awesome job, guys. So that is a lower body session with nothing but a pair of sliders or towels or plates or whatever you've got. So hope you enjoyed it. Give that a shot, and we'll see you next time.